One other team to discuss, and we had this conversation on the PFT Writers text thread yesterday, just to throw it out there. Look, and hey, I was surprised. Shefty went there on Sunday's NFL Countdown on ESPN. You know, McDermott, if they lose in the playoffs, if they're one and done in a year where there's no Lamar Jackson, there's no Patrick Mahomes, there's no Joe Burrow in the postseason, is that going to be it for Sean McDermott? I just can't imagine swapping out one coach who has failed to get to the Super Bowl with a generational talent for another coach who has failed to get to the Super Bowl with a generational talent.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you went there because I have that written down because I know people are just going to make that correlation. And when you say things like, I know I did, they got a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's one of the greatest ever, and he's never gotten there, and they've never gotten to the Super Bowl, and only one AFC championship game, and they laid an egg. Right? Now, I think the Bills have, for my money, I would say, exceeded expectations a lot of years. You know, I've been one to go, I don't think these teams are quite as talented as where they get to. It's the quarterback. It's all of that. Again, in their prime, I think if we took the two teams of some of the best Bills teams and some of the best Ravens teams, and I like that little exercise, and we combined them, we'd have a whole lot more Ravens starting on that football team than we would the Buffalo Bills. And I think that's also what's viewed a little differently, and especially in the league. I think the league always looked at it that way too. Hey, the Bills are really good, right? But it's very Josh Allen-centric, where the Ravens, for the last 3 years and then a few years before that when we were in 19 and 20, right? Those were years where I know I would talk to coaches and people that were getting ready to play the Ravens or had played the Ravens, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, the Ravens are unbelievable. They're one of the best teams in football." Like, whoa, there's not weaknesses there. So I think there's where there's a little difference. And then, of course, this year itself is a year where the Ravens probably take the prize as being the most disappointing team in all of football this year. I mean, really, when you break it down that way and go, wait, this is Super Bowl, this quarterback, that running back, wow. All of that, and it doesn't deliver, I think that adds a little more fuel to the fire maybe for John Harbaugh as compared to Sean McDermott, at least in my view.
I think the Lions may have something to say about that.
Well, yeah, you're right. They're up there, too. You're right.
The Lions beat the Ravens week 3 Monday night, right?
Yes, they did.
The Lions beat the Ravens because the last time the Lions went to Baltimore destroyed them. And that was kind of the first moment that we got the idea. Remember, Lamar Jackson just kind of seemed dismayed in a lot of those primetime games and bewildered, I can't believe this is happening. It's supposed to be easier than this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.